Hi y'all, welcome to It's Our Art Box. I'd like to say welcome back to the Art Box. And today I'm going to show you guys how to make pillow beads. Pillow beads. They're swaying. Yep, pillow beads. So let me get you onto the other camera and I will show you how to make pillow beads. Hello. So we're going to make the pillow beads. What you will need is paper, of course. I am using this copy paper. Primary colors, it says 24 pound. I don't know about poundage. I don't know about thickness of paper. These are 8.5 by 11 sheets, so it's just basically copy paper. Just brightly colored copy paper. It feels like white copy paper. So that's what I'm using. I used this cutter to cut it up. I never know actual measurements as far as cutting. I use my cutter backwards, so I always line my paper up on this side of it, and this is a well-used cutter. I mean, it is faded, so my cutter, I've had it a long time. I can tell you that this particular bead is a 1/2 inch wide at the fat end, and then at the other end it's just pointed. So what you need is 2 pieces of paper. You can use 2 matching pieces. Actually, the best paper I think is for this particular bead is really magazine paper, but for demonstration purposes I am going to show you with a red and a green paper so that you guys can see the 2 colors. And basically you just take both ends and line up a corner. So basically your paper is like this, okay? Then you want to fold one over the other, okay? Then you want to flip the paper over and fold the other color over. So basically what you're doing is you are folding on top of the piece you just folded. So green went down, red goes down. Okay, then flip it over. Fold the green, fold the red. And you can manipulate this so you're folding nicely. So then flip it over. Fold the green, fold the red. Now I do not glue. Flip it over. I do not glue as I do this. Some people do. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't want to, because I might have to manipulate these folds a little bit as I'm folding them, and I don't want to have to fight with the glue sticking. I have never had problems with my beads coming undone. I mean, I could make this bead now, leave it with just a little bit of glue I use at the end, and come back to this bead in 6 months to a year, and it would still be whatever it was tonight. I mean, at the end of doing this. So you just keep doing this. If you accidentally say fold the green once and then turn around and fold it again, it's okay. There's no, I mean, you can't really make a mistake as long as you just keep turning and folding. You really cannot make a mistake with this. I have accidentally sometimes folded, like been so busy making them and watching TV or talking to somebody, and accidentally folded over twice and ended up with one piece of paper longer than the other piece of paper at the end. It doesn't matter. It's still a pillow bead. There is no, you can't really mess this up. Sometimes you just have to push the papers in place, the folds in place. But as you do it, you're always crossing over. That's why I say start with colored paper, because then you can get the feel of the bead, and then you can take and use magazine paper. I mean, I really actually like thinner paper for this particular bead. You can do it with thicker paper. I just think that personally, using the thinner paper, the bead is a little more crisp and precise in the folds. But again, You see, I must have folded the red one too many times. You need glue for this project, you need your paper, and you need a pokey tool. You just put a little, I just put a little bit of glue on that last inch or so of paper. They make really nice beads. These are one beads I actually like making. And then when you're all done, you have this. Then what you do is you grab it on all four sides. Finger and thumb across from each other on both sides, and you push in. That allows you to get that pillow effect. Once you've done that, you look at your corners and you decide where you're going to poke your hole. And you want to go in one and go, if you can push all the way to the other side, do it. So see, I went in one and I went diagonally across. You don't want to go side by side, you want to go across. That makes for a hole. You can use a toothpick. You can use a toothpick, you can use a head pin, you can use a T-pin from the sewing section, you can use a thin piece of wire, anything small that you can poke through there so that you can run a string through. I usually just make my beads and then string them up, but for this purpose I string my beads up after I make them, and I dip them and glaze them, and basically after you've done quite a bit, you end up with paper beads, pillow beads. You can make them bigger too. I just did the 1/2 inch. This is my preferred size. I think this is nice for earrings. I think this is nice for a bracelet. If I wanted a show bead, I might make a 1-inch bead for a focal point in a necklace. Here are some smaller ones I made out of a book paper. They're a little bit smaller. They're kind of peachy and browns and blacks in there. This was a complimentary page that I made, kind of like the tapered barrel bead or tapered tube beads. I don't know what people call them. I just really like them, and I know it was book paper because it has a nice shine on the paper, a glossy effect. These have been dipped and stuff, but I figured these two together, because they came out of the same book side by side, kind of would make a gorgeous necklace together and bracelet. But basically, like I said, this is not difficult. Again, start with colored paper the first couple times so that you can actually see what you're doing, and then go into using the I just got myself backwards. You can start using the magazine if you want after that. Once you've done it a few times, you get the feel for it. I may have even started that one differently, but because there is no wrong or right way of folding it. You just keep crossing over the one you just folded, basically. That's all you have to do, is just keep crossing them over. Even if I started this one off wrong, because I have dyslexia, so sometimes I get myself going backwards. Y'all should see me try to sew something. It's funny. I think I just folded that red one twice. See, that can happen. But I got to keep going that way. So somewhere I folded double or something. But it still is going to come out fine. It's still going to look like a pillow bead by the time I'm done, even if I did just fold that the wrong way. Because there is no wrong way in folding this. I think if you just didn't if you did not fold on top of each other, then it might be wrong. But as long as you're folding over the previous strip, you're going to be okay. They're really easy. And there's other videos out there. Maybe somebody else can describe it better than I can. I don't know. But you just keep folding over. Start with, my total suggestion is start with 2 opposite color papers until you get the feel of this. Once you get the fill, see, I did it right or something because it came out the same. Once you get the feel of it, you'll be making them like no tomorrow. That was red. That was green. Green. And red. Now, if I had ended that and that red one would not have quite fit over the whole green, I probably would have pulled that green back up, because I like having my last strip totally covering the color before. And then I just push it open. And I've got a pillow bead. Got a pillow bead. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was instructable. I hope I gave you some good information. I hope I gave you some my directions weren't too confusing. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Tell a friend. And keep on crafting. See you on the next video. Bye.